Oh hey, welcome back. I'm Courtney and this is the Accounting Struggle, where we speak about our struggles with accounting openly and honestly. We do not run from them. And in today's video, I want to be talking about a comparison of the CFA designation to the CPA. So first of all, before we get started, if you're new here, welcome. Hi, I am Courtney. I talk about accounting. If you are returning, thank you so much for being here again. It's great to see you. Okay, so I want to talk about the CFA and compare that to the CPA because I know a lot of people here, as this is the accounting struggle, a lot of people are obviously interested in accounting. And I talk at large about different designations and different types of things you can do in your accounting career. So I wanted to point out or highlight the CFA. I know a couple of people have asked about it, so I wanted to do like a little comparison. This video is obviously not meant to tell you which one is better. There are many people who are both holders of the CPA and the CFA, so it's not an either or, it's really just more of a look at both. So the CFA sets the standard as the highest designation you can hold in the investment professional space. So if you're one of the girls who really love finance and you maybe double majored in finance and accounting, or maybe you just kind of particularly stuck with finance and that's more your zhuzh, then this might be a great option for you. A few of the things that I want to focus on are just a comparison of the two exams, the CPA exam as well as the exam for getting your CFA, and then kind of the overall process, the cost, the difficulty level, the pass rates. Those are the kind of things that I want to cover so that you have a point for reference if you're looking to compare which one you should go for, and then hopefully that will help. So the 3 steps to becoming a CFA are: first, you have to pass the 3-part exam. There's levels 1, 2, and 3, which we'll kind of go over what they look like. And the next thing that you'll have to do is you do need at least 4,000 hours of professional experience. This has to be in the investment decision-making space. So you can get this experience while you're pursuing the designation, or it's something you can do after. Or it can be something you've already done before, as long as you have at least the 4,000 hours. Next, you'll need to join the CFA Institute as a member. So depending on when the fee deadlines are, the CFA program can run somewhere between $2,500 and $4,500. So much like the CPA exam, the CFA designation, that exam or those exams will cover a wide range of topics. So a few areas of the curriculum will be things like ethics, economics, qualitative methods, financial statement analysis, corporate issuers, fixed income, derivatives, portfolio, and wealth management. So you're basically going to see a lot of overlap in some of the topics, but again, the CFA is going to be way more focused on the financial side of things. Whereas with the CPA exam, there is a section on economics, there is a section on finance, but a lot of it is not as in-depth with the scope. With this, expect to really get in the weeds because this is what it's all about. The CFA is more of a finance type of curriculum. So 2 prerequisites. So before you can actually sit for the first exam, you do need either one of the 2 requirements need to be met. You need either 4,000 hours of professional work experience, or you need a bachelor's degree, or you have to be within 11 months of your graduation in your bachelor's degree program in order to sit for the first level. So the formatting for the CFA exam is going to vary depending on each level. As I said before, there are 3 levels. The first level, level 1, is a multiple choice format. It has a pass rate of, on average, 42%. Level 2 is also multiple choice formatting, and that one has a pass rate of around 45%. I don't think it's that it got easier in level 2. I really think that it's just kind of like if you made it to level 2, you probably weeded out all the people who were not doing so well in level 1, which dragged down the average. But that's just my own little theory. Level 3 has an average pass rate of around 54%. Same concept and theory in my mind. It's just getting more difficult, more complex. If I had to guess, that just means the people who were not successful in the first 2 levels, who kind of gave up, have been weeded out. So this format is a combination of essay questions as well as multiple choice. So for the CPA exam, there's audit, there's BEC, there's regulation, and then there is FAR. So each one has a combination of multiple choice questions in the first testlet, maybe the first 2 testlets depending on how long the exam is, and then the rest of it is simulations. On BEC, which is Business Environmental Concepts, that one does have as well a written portion. So it's kind of like an essay. It's not really so much looking at you getting the answer correctly. It's more so testing your knowledge and your ability to write a well-written memo. So the average pass rate for audit is 52.84%. BEC has an average pass rate of 65.56%, which everyone tries to say is the easy one, but girl, they lying. Definitely the hardest. Okay, so I lied. FAR is the hardest. FAR is going to be an average pass rate of around 49%, and regulation has an average pass rate of 62%. So as you can see, the pass rate for the CPA exam is slightly higher than it is for the exams under the CFA designation. What that tells me is not necessarily that one is easier than the other, but I think the CFA is probably a little bit more difficult. If I had to guess, if you are a holder of both, let me know in the comments which one you found to be the most grueling of a process. But because the CFA is going to be more specifically focused on those concepts, they're going to go way deeper into those concepts. And with the CPA, you're going to have a financial section, but it's not going to dive nearly as deep as the topics in, say, the CFA. So for example, derivatives is something that is briefly covered. You might have 1 or 2 questions on derivatives in the CPA exam, whereas the CFA, there's an entire curriculum based on derivatives. So basically what I'm saying is I wouldn't judge it on which one is more difficult, it's what you want to have your designation in. Like I said before, you can absolutely be one of the superstars who have both. There are people who hold a CPA license and then a million other designations that are more specific, like the CIA, the CPA, the CMA, CFA. They just love the initials. They love credentials. They're just all around rock stars. If you want to be that person, you're certainly welcome to do that. Shout out to you. But if you're only looking to pursue one, I hope that this helped provide a little bit of clarity on what the CFA is, what it's focused on, and how hard it is to pursue. So just to briefly summarize, it is pretty expensive to get your CFA. It does take at least 3 years. You do need 4,000 hours, which is around 4 years of experience. So there are about 167,000 members who hold the CFA designation. That's not a lot of people. So that should tell you or give you some flavor about kind of what level of respect this designation does get. It is one of the highest respected. So if it's something that you know you want to spend your career in finance, and you want to be able to work at a wealth management firm, and you want to be able to move up the ranks, this will be a great designation for you. If you know that there's a specific area of accounting or finance that you want to focus in, and you have a very narrow focus on that, then there are plenty of designations that go further in scope. I do have another video where I talk about a lot of different CPA credentials, such as the CFA, the CMA, the CIA. There's so many ones. So I can link that here if you're interested in that as well. But I hope that this was helpful to give you a little bit of a comparison point or a reference point if you're thinking about looking into something. That there are a lot of people who get into accounting and then they realize that their focus is really more financial or more finance driven. They want to work in investments, they want to be in portfolio management, like the exciting stuff, the futuristic look, things that are like, if I deposit this much money, how much money will I have later? Like that. If that's kind of your thing, then the CFA might be a great option for you. And I always say, if you're going to go for something, I think you should go for a designation that's as all-encompassing as you can find, so that way you're not narrowing yourself in too much. Go for the one that's the highest. It's usually the hardest and the most expensive, but it covers the most range. I went directly for the CPA because I didn't know exactly where I would want to focus in accounting. It just so happens that I've specifically spent more time in tax accounting, but I'm glad that I didn't just go straight to the EA and I went straight to the CPA, because I've been able to get exposure to a lot of other things because of it. So with that being said, I hope that this video was helpful to kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what the CFA is all about. If you found this video to be helpful, of course, be sure and give it a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, all of those good things. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.